Hello and welcome to my twin flame journey. I am Shine, and this is going to be a kind of mid-month check-in for. I'm going to do it by element, but of course I have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio here. This is going to be for the water element. This is for November 15th until the 30th, just to kind of see where we're at, where we're going, etc., etc. So if you don't want to watch through the whole thing, maybe someone who is watching will be kind enough to timestamp for those who just want to skip ahead to their sign. But again, this is going to be for the water signs, as I'm joking to death over there. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And again, it's from November 15th until the 30th. Of course, if you'd like a personal reading, all the information is below. If you'd like to donate to the channel and show support, PayPal information is also below. Or please hit the like button, share, subscribe, hit the notifications button to be alerted of future videos. Leave comments, of course, because all these things also help support the channel, help to promote it so that we can reach more people who might need the message. So I help you, you help me, we help the collective. And of course, be sure to check your moon, rising, and Venus. And I've always just said just the Venus, but I forgot. I guess for the men, you would check your Mars, right? Because men are from Mars, women are from Venus. That's where that comes from. So I guess that's how you love. So whatever sign is in your Mars for the males, I guess you're supposed to check that, and the Venus is just for the females. We learn as we go, I guess. Now, again, and if anyone would be kind enough to timestamp for any future people who might want to just skip to this time, please do that. I have an overall energy here for the water signs, and I selected from the major arcanas because obviously this is a time of choice, decisions, paths, karmic kind of things. Again, blessings and lessons and all these kind of shifts going on here. So I figured maybe we should use the major arcana, as the major arcana are the real signposts that we're needing to pay attention to aid us in our current circumstance, right? Or divine intervention here. We have les étoiles. Hey, les étoiles. That's the French here. This is the star. And then we have les fauchures. That's the death card, but it's in the reverse, right? So we have the star and we have the death card. So one, again, is about wishes and hopes and dreaming and healing. Finding balance and hope and faith in oneself, courage to keep persevering. It's about acceptance, again, accepting of our own roles and things, or parts of ourselves that we need to reconcile with and work on changing. And also, again, other people's, again, trying to see everything from spiritual perspectives, etc., etc. Gaining that higher understanding of ourselves and others through circumstances that we might be going through. Now, again, it's about searching for meaning and purpose and gaining perspective. It's also the call of destiny that compels you to move forward. So if there's been any feelings of stuckness or stagnancy or whatever it is, because that's what many are kind of, again, that one foot in the past, one foot in the future kind of energy. Again, it's about transformation. So allowing that transformation to happen, right? Having faith and belief in yourself, trust in yourself, renewed self-esteem, embracing new opportunities, right? It's also a need to open and cleanse the chakras, clear that shit out. Any lingering, stinking thinking or negative behavior patterns or whatever it is, it's been whatever, not serving us. Right? It's time to cancel, clear, delete, follow our intuition, our inner voice. Again, aim for better for ourselves here. And then, of course, the Death card, which symbolizes, again, change, transformation, cycles, endings, deaths and rebirths, right? You know, out with the old, in with the new. This includes parts of ourselves that gotta go, people that gotta go, situations, mindsets, job, whatever it is for you. But in the reverse, it's being resistant to change or feeling like we're unable to quite move on, even though we may want to, even though we're having hopes and all these things. There's still, again, that one foot in the future, one foot in the past kind of um, stuck energy, uncertainty energy. Again, about the path that we're going to choose, even though we want certain things, you know. On the verge of a major change, but resisting it. A need to let go of the past or not knowing how to make changes, still carrying harmful aspects from the past that may interfere with opportunities for new beginnings. Feeling stuck in limbo, again, halting your own change, again, or blocking it in some way, whether that's with your own non-movement, non-engagement of your own life, you know, getting out of one's own way, you know, being too much, again, in negative thoughts, feelings, etc. Something it's got to be released and healed, and you know what I'm saying? We need to resolve them. Pursuing new journey without resolving past issues may lead to unintended outcomes. It's best to deal with them first. Again, heal before you deal. Don't jump into shit based in fear, holiday time, woes, not wanting to be alone, or whatever. It's always best to have one's shit together before we start engaging with other people who might not have theirs together. Then we create karmic situations because, again, like attracts like. So it's about healing what needs to be healed before we deal with anything. Making sure that we're coming into situations with healthy mindsets, emotional states of being, understanding of, again, where we've been and where we want to go, so that we don't repeat or show up the same way or allow other people to show up the same way. You know, recognizing, again, if anything does come back from the past and we're needing to make a choice, make sure that we're making things based in clear thought, choices based in clear thought and wisdom, and not, again, loneliness, need, or, you know, finally getting what you want. But it is what you want, what you should have, is what you wanted on your level now, or changed, or are you on a new level? Again, it's knowing where you are, and again, having these newfound sense of self, standards, values, integrity, what have you, whatever was your lesson that's needing to be applied, whether you were dealing with past people, new people, whatever. So that's why it's best to deal with whatever needs to be dealt with within you before you try to get into anything else with anybody else, right? But again, there's also this feeling of being stuck for many, wanting to move forward, but feeling like we can't, you know, but we are on the verge, you know. It's just might take more effort from the self, or maybe somehow some divine intervention is going to come help people along here. Now at the bottom of the deck for the regular, and these are the clarifiers, right? So I guess we should start from here. The bottom of the deck for everybody is Six of Pentacles reversed. So again, unbalanced relationships, one-sided relationships, financial problems, you know, lack of give and take, lack of reciprocity, nobody giving to nothing here to make anything happen, or again, stuck in some kind of financial disarray, having regrets here, being in the lowest, shoulda, woulda, couldas, you know, focusing on the past. Again, there's 2 cups behind you. If you turn around, you can pick those 2 up and move forward. You know, the 2 of Cups, soulmate energy, or is just coming into balance within yourself, right? So that again, we're healed before we deal with any other situations, right? But this is again about focusing on the past. We have again betrayal. Well, there's the asshole card, you know, betrayal, one-upmanship, shady ass people, mind games, manipulation, you know, serving their own interests. Don't care who they hurt in the meantime, but it's again shallow victories because it's really nobody wins because this person ends up losing people due to their behavior, right? So then we have here Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is somebody who's got their shit together, you know, who appears to anyway, or who's working on it, right? Wants to come to a place of financial stability, of independence, feeling good about themselves, high self-esteem, you know, is admired for things that they've accomplished, you know. And then we have here Eight of Wands in reverse. So this is lack of movement, lack of communication. And again, movement, it could be unable to physically move. That's why I said some people might feel like they're stuck due to financial stuff. And now they're in their regrets about their behaviors, you know, and some people might be going to be single. You know, some people might be separating from people, or they're single because of something has already ended, or they're focusing on what perhaps that they've lost someone that they view as, you know, seems to be doing okay without them, you know, not communicating, seems to be doing their own thing. So, and then on this side, for the clarifiers at the bottom of the deck, we have King of Cups in reverse. So again, this person can be all in their feelings, depression, what have you. This is also somebody who can be, again, uses emotional manipulation to control people. Again, narcissistic type behavior, uses emotional blackmail to further their own agendas. Again, trying to guilt trip people into helping them to enable themselves in their own karma, right? Person who leaves you feeling uncertain about yourself, like you're the problem and not them, with that projection bullshit that narcissistic types like to do. So that's all feeling uncertain about your own self, right? Again, could be feeling all in the lowest. Or someone who's letting their emotions control their life. Again, so if there's still a need to be healing, a need for healing or what have you, to allow for something to end, for new things to come in, stop thinking about past stuff, past people, etc. You might still need to, you know, release yourself from this controlling energy again if you were dealing with narcissistic types, or if you're behaving this way, if you're the Five of Swords person, you know. And then we have Nine of Wands in reverse. This is all about, you know, paranoia, being defensive, you know, feeling like you got to protect yourself, you know. And in some ways, some people feel like they want to give up on a situation because they don't want to, you know, fight for anything anymore. This is also, again, fear. The World reverse. we're the world upright, talks about again cycles, things completing, on the verge of completing, but we're still clinging, we're still holding on, or we're still resisting in some way. This also talks about travel. So again, delays in travel or not letting go of cycles. And then again, the star here, same as here. Trying to have hope and wishing, hoping, and dreaming again for ourselves, so we can turn our own stuff around. Or it's just all kinds of stuff here. Pisces, Three of Pentacles. So this is you or what you're dealing with. Okay. Oh my God, 15 minutes in. Oh my God. This is, you, what you're dealing with. So I don't know if we got any people that we're still clinging to. Or we're wondering if we can come together and work things out with. Or this is you focusing again on your own stuff. Wanting to surround yourself with people that you know that you can build with, that you can work with, right? This is again also acknowledging others' contribution and teamwork, collaborating, people being on the same page. The threes symbolize an initial completion of a goal or a plan, fulfillment and manifestation of a creative venture, business project. So again, if we're trying to focus instead on ourselves and on our career, perhaps we're again looking to see who we can collaborate with, who we can work with in order to, build something up for ourselves. This is also saying how you have the skills and ability to succeed. Inspiration beginning to manifest in the material world. Encouragement to keep going. Dreams can be made real with persistence, determination, and effort. It's also about needing help, knowledge, and experience of others to bring new perspectives, to gain feedback. Again, it's planning, management, and organization. So again, Pisces might be really focusing on building their dreams, building their careers. Again, surrounding themselves with people that might help them in that process. Gaining more knowledge in a certain career path that perhaps that they're focusing on, right? Trying to plan and manage their time, their stuff better, so they can start to again see things manifest in the material world here. Or this is dealing possibly with also personal relationships. We say, well, no, we're going to blast from the past, trying to come around, or even dealing with possible new situations, or both, which is the case for many. The karmic might come back around just to do the test, and then the real one is perhaps 6 months down the road, and it's going to be up to you what you decide to entertain. You're going to keep having hope and faith that something better will come along, or will you still cling to a past situation hoping that will somehow change? But again, depends on who you're dealing with. You may not. Might be someone showing up the same way they did before. They just don't want to see you take off or do your own thing. So they come in to see what they can, ride the gravy train, as they say, or what you're doing. So know what you're dealing with, people. Why is the Three of Pentacles here? Well, it's because we got the Ace of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, and Princess of Swords in the reverse. So this must be Page of Swords, right? Now, Ace of Cups in the reverse obviously blocked or repressed emotions, blocked love opportunities. Again, some people might be not communicating with certain people, might have been blocked. You might have blocked somebody blocked you, or it's just kind of just been dead. This is also about any lingering whatever we got going on. It's a need for healing so that the universe can come in and bless you with the Ace of Cups and the upright. But again, we got to heal before we deal, right? Need to curb one's emotions for greater benefit, especially if we're the one in the lowest. Find constructive ways to express your feelings, repressed feelings, feelings of numbness, again, fears of getting hurt, that Nine of Wands in the reverse. A need for trust, a need to trust and have faith in the universe, right? Or there's a relationship that there's been no trust anymore in something. Again, if you're dealing with past situations, and there could be a wonder if you can trust, or feeling like you can't trust somebody. So you're going to focus on you and people that you feel like you can trust, you can work with, right? Emotionally exhausted, needing to look after one's emotional health. Again, wondering if a lot of Pisces seem to be looking to let go or move on. Looking after, again, themselves, their finances, their emotional well-being. Still kind of in limbo stage, like it says, but definitely moving forward here. And also it talks about delays in love, maybe because they felt like whoever they were waiting on or hoping for or something didn't show up. I mean, show up in the way of showing up. Not just like, hey, I'm here, but showing up, stepping into their own, or they're still in their toxic ways. And some may be permanently, again, depends on what you're dealing with. But because, again, nothing was happening, Pisces seems to be wanting to keep it moving. And again, Queen of Pentacles reverse, imbalance in work, family commitments. Again, because this is a reverse, this is what we're trying to go towards now, right? Tired of dealing with one-sided situations or shit that ain't going nowhere or that isn't being reciprocated or feeling all out of whack. Still clinging to past stuff, like really wanting to just move forward, wanting some positivity in their life, right? Consumed by work, career before family, relationships need to be rebalanced in your life. Feeling worried, feeling worried if one can be financially independent. Again, that Nine of Pentacles. So again, focus on all the emotional aspect of the hurt and the betrayal or the whatever it is, but needing to learn how to stand on your own, becoming empowered on your own, following your own dreams, your own goals, building up something again for yourself. So then, you want to attract a good partner, you got to be a good partner. You got to be able to be okay on your own. You got to have confidence. You got to have healed from whatever this is here, whatever childhood wounding that got you into this and other situations like this. Believing in yourself that you can have what it is that you want. But it's a self-esteem issue for many. Worried about work and family balance, again. Neglecting oneself too much to care for others. It's also being a homebody and somewhat isolated, need to seek social company. That's what it is. Maybe you need to get out here, get out and socialize. People who have common interests, common goals. This is what we're trying to do, perhaps. Getting out of this isolated, woe-is state. A need to let others be accountable for their own upkeep. Again, let others take on their own responsibilities. You can't heal, change, or save anybody but yourself. And you shouldn't take on someone else's karma or someone else's burden or someone else's guilt trips or what have you. Again, people are where they are for their own choices, and you can't let somebody else try to make you feel bad for their choices. This is watch how people, if people come back into your life, watch how they're showing up. If they're trying to use any kind of guilt or still like downplay or deflect or not, you could be dealing with an emotional manipulator who might be, again, just trying to come back around and pick off the bones because they see you trying to move forward. Know what you're dealing with here. Again, Page of Swords in reverse is somebody that's all talk and no action. Haste, undelivered promises. So again, tired of waiting around for something to come around, or someone to come around who can't seem to get it together, right? Or something that could have been just a karmic situation you need to learn from and move on from and move towards other things. You know, maybe this experience was meant to be a catalyst for you to propel you into a certain career path, or another divine relationship, what have you. Because again, it's not just all about the woo-woo, it's about your soul's journey, your growth, and all the different areas that we're needing to work on. Acting hastily without thinking, no effective use of energy, and need to tackle one thing at a time. So again, if our focus is all over the place or in the wrong things, we're needing to focus on one thing, project, idea, what have you, bring that to completion, and try to get it out there. It's also spying and stalking and not delivering on promises. Again, tired of dealing with people that are like that. Know-it-alls, or people that are annoying with their constant questioning or challenging. And again, wanting to have people around you that you can just chill. You don't have to question. That you know share common dreams and goals and what have you. That you can build with. Not all this bullshit here. It's also fear of public speaking or not feeling you have enough experience and knowledge. So if you have anything where you need to be up there helping guide other people or whatever, depends on what your calling is or what your path is. Again, maybe needing to do more studying, maybe needing to get more stuff under your belt so you have the confidence to be a person who helps others, if that's part of your calling. Right? And so that's Pisces. Now we have Cancer. Two of Wands in the reverse. Right? This talks about, fear of the unknown or having a lack of planning. You need to organize your long-term goals, meditate on what's important, and being afraid to step into the unknown. Right? Stunted growth. World is too small. Overlooking important details of your future plan. Feeling like you got roadblocks due to a lack of planning. Again, because maybe we've been doing nothing. And now we're hit with the tower moment or the fork in the road, and we haven't really prepared for it. That's why this in limbo was talking about up here. Even though you may want to move, you might be not too prepared to. Losing passion for a goal, feeling unmotivated and bored. Right? Sorry if I'm quiet here, but I'm looking back on Pisces. I don't know if I've already kind of said this, but I'll just throw this out here again. You could also be thinking about, can you come together and work together with somebody if you're the person who wants to reconcile? Like if you're the past person trying to go back, right? But you're unsure because again, there's been no communication. Nobody's looking like they've been wanting to give, showing you any love interest, or perhaps again we've still got financial problems and we're not even sure if we can offer anything or if anything would be accepted, so maybe we're trying to gather information, spying to try to figure out, is there a chance? All right, so that's Pisces. I'll leave it there. So again, back to Cancer here. So again, we're kind of, not feeling like there's fears here. Again, you had that over here with the Nine of Wands. Fear, worry. That's why we're clinging to the current state because of the unknown. And that's why we're being told again to have hope, have faith. That whatever you're leaving behind, Whatever that negative aspect of the shadow that's trying to keep you, that childhood wound that's trying to keep you in low self-esteem, I can't do it, I'm not good enough, I can't, we can't, you can't, you know what I'm saying? That lack of belief, that lack of enthusiasm, that lack of investment in yourself, just kind of floating through, or feeling like the victim, or again, not being willing to let go of certain ways of being that honestly aren't serving us, but are part of our defense mechanism. It's all we've known. So that's why we can't help but continue to show up like this, even though it's causing all kinds of problems for us, right? Um, there's again that resistance to letting go, because some people are afraid of their own brilliance, of what they can become, right? You're afraid of your own light. And again, that stems from wounding. Maybe you weren't loved as a child. Maybe you didn't get enough attention as a child. Maybe you got bullied in school. Maybe you got whatever it is that's contributed to a low a sense of esteem. Um, and that's either caused you to engage with people that were shady or be a person who's shady. However, the shadow aspect appears in you, in your life, whatever side of the coin you fall on, right? But again, a lot of that stinking thinking and that fear and that lack mentality and that victim mentality will keep you stuck, will keep you stagnant, will keep you holding on to things that you need to let go of. And as a water sign myself, with a South Node karmic house in Cancer, Sun sign in Pisces, and I got Scorpio somewhere in my chart. But now I got a lot of water, a lot of Pisces. So I understand about the whole nostalgia that water signs have and how we can hold on to, especially things that impacted us in a big way. You know, when our hearts break, they break big time. And it can take a while to get out of that depth of being in the past, you know, but it's that acceptance is so important, because otherwise you'll stay stuck and stagnant and you will hold yourself back from your own blessings. You will stay in a state of fear, in the victim mentality, replaying the past over and over and not embracing the present moment to create the future that you want. So right now we're kind of either facing our own stuff, facing our own roles and things, really having to look at, we are where we are due to our own choices, and why do we make those choices, and what it is that we really want, what path do we want to take, what do I got to do it, and making sure that it's obviously from a place of integrity, right? And wanting better for ourselves and moving towards a better future. Again, in the upright, you know, the world is your oyster. You know, you're taking this wand and you're going for your heart's desire, your hopes, your dreams, your passions, etc. But in the reverse, it's like, you know, it says here, the world is too small. Your world is too small. Afraid to step into the unknown. Again, stunted growth. So, overlooking important details in your future plans. You know, again, just feeling unmotivated, bored, or just because unmotivated due to fear as well. And why is this? Because of the Ace of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. This could be you, or this could be the person that you're dealing with. And again, male, female, doesn't matter. Ace of Swords obviously speaks of clarity, truth. You know, the sword of truth, victory, wisdom. Situation whose potential is a double-edged sword. So again, afraid to make any kind of moves because of uncertainty. If I end this situation or leave this behind, and we're unsure if the situation I'm going to is going to work out, it'll leave you stuck in the situation you're in because of that fear of the unknown, right? Or knowing that we're going to have to speak a truth, or we're afraid to see the truth, even in regards to ourselves or other people. And again, I'm feeling like whatever choice we make, it might cut either way if it doesn't work out in our favor or the way that we're hoping and wishing it to be, right? The use of great power can be excessive at times. The Swords also talks about cutting away, cutting things out, cutting people out. Again, ending situations that we might want to end, but fearing doing that, right? It's up to you to tap the potential of the sword that's beneficial for the greater good. Strength of heart, mind, and will, right? It's being careful not to use the swords to further one's own ends. So making sure again, we're coming from a place of truthfulness and honesty with ourselves and others, and whatever it is that we're looking to do here. It's like the sword of integrity, doing the right thing for the right reasons. A broader understanding or a new view, clearing the fog and cutting to the heart of the matter, right? Clarity, an aha moment or breakthrough, insight. Inspiration, again, creative vision. Right now, we ain't feeling that here. New ideas, time to act to accomplish goals, knowing that we need to, but we are fearing it. It's also about seeking truth or justice. Again, wanting things to work out in our favor, but we're unsure. It's also a call to strength, intellect, and reasoning with ourselves. And then the Five of Cups, again, speaks about difficulty, loss, despair. You had Five of Cups up here, I believe. Needing to, again, focus on what you have. Stop being in the past, fearing the unknown of the future, knowing we got to make moves, but fearing it again because it requires something more of us. And we're unsure if we can cut it, right? Or if someone else can cut it. Pessimism, delusioned with life, or trouble letting go of the past and learning from mistakes. So again, if we're in a karmic cycle, another one, we're needing to learn the lessons that's been constantly presented to us through these different soulmate relationships, right? And that is, what is it about us that's got to go or that's got to change? Learn from these mistakes. Show up differently. And how others show up differently. However it works for you. Again, if you were the one doing all the bullshit, the lying, the cheating, the narcissistic kind of behaviors, or if you were on the receiving end of that. Or this just being, again, just a lack of self-esteem in oneself. Midlife crisis kind of thing. A need for forgiveness and release. Again, reflection on lessons and moving on. Have a glass half full perspective. Maybe we're not having that. That's why we're in reverse here. But we're needing to gain that insight and that clarity that every day is a chance to have a new beginning. And a new beginning awaits you if you let go of what needs to be let go of here. And the Queen of Cups, again, it could be you or the person that you're dealing with. So again, if you're dealing with somebody else, knowing that you need to come clean and tell the truth about your regrets, you know, because you want to offer your love to this person here, but you're fearful, you don't know, maybe you're one of the masculines is in a karmic situation and you're unsure about how this is all going to play out, or you're afraid to end it with that, or you know, you're just going over your regrets of your loss of somebody, um, or even the loss of yourself, your own emotional balance. You know, if you're the feminine here, you know, clinging to the regrets of the past, just somebody that didn't treat you right, you know, still clinging to for that person to come back, and maybe you're needing to broaden your horizons and look towards the future. So again, it depends on what side of the coin you fall on here. Again, Queen of Cups talks about emotion and spirit, subconscious thoughts, nurturing, caring, compassionate, sensitive, the good wife, the loving mother, being emotionally secure, admired for her fairness and honesty. She's a healer, a counselor, a psychic, right? So again, the person you're dealing with could embody those traits, right? Or again, this is who you're trying to become, or that you want to tap into this again after being put through the ringer in some situation. You're wanting to embody this yourself. It's a need to trust one's intuition and listen to their inner voice, a need to empathize with others and show compassion and support, you know, focus on the emotional well-being of others rather than rational, logical explanations. How do others cope with life's challenges? So this is, again, seeing the spiritual lesson in it all and understanding everyone's roles, how they played them, why they played them, the lessons involved. Again, reason, season, lifetime people. Also understanding other people's, again, our words, our actions, our deeds don't just affect us, they affect other people. So again, seeing all of that. And maybe that's why we're in the regrets if we're one of the masculines who, you know, also symbolizes achievements made possible with the use of imagination and creativity, artistically gifted self-expression. So some of you may again need to tap into who you are, why you're here. You know, don't let the fear of the future, or, you know, again, being afraid of your own light. So light is around the Ace of Swords here. You know, seeing the truth of everything and not forgetting who you are. Right? Now lastly, we have Scorpio. Scorpio has the Empress in the reverse. Right? This speaks again about creative blocks, dependence on others. So I don't know if you're one of those masculines that is in a codependent, and you might have these other elements in your chart. You know, moon sign, rising sign, what have you. So again, if you do, you know, this could be afraid to move forward again because we know that we're codependent. Fear, still struggling with our own demons, you know, still afraid to be on our own or to step into our own. So again, we rely on others to provide that for us, which we need to learn how to provide for ourselves. Everybody's got a lot of that as far as karma goes. And again, this childhood wounds jacks you all up. Or again, creative blocks, career kind of stuff. I mean, I think for everybody, you know, it might be a combination of stuff here. Health, relationships, spiritual paths, you know, career paths, you know, everything mixed up. You know, loss of power here. The doormat. You know, we don't want to be the doormat if that's what's going on here. Lack of harmony within, feeling challenged, again, bottled up, codependent on others' feelings to take action. So again, that's why it says, I don't know if this is kind of related here, if you have all of these in your chart, because they all seem to be kind of telling a similar tale. Lack of self-esteem, again, fear. Some people are ready to move on, but again, still kind of clinging to the past here a little bit, still needing to do a little bit more work on releasing and propelling themselves forward. Everybody not needing to be afraid of their own light, stepping into their own power, living their own truth, and not falling back into these shadow waves that keep you stuck, keep you in negative experiences, keep you in the stinking thinking, all of it. Overprotective, feeling disconnected, depressed, negative, unwanted. This is also deals with unwanted pregnancy or issues with pregnancy for some. That might be an issue. So watch out. But why the Empress in reverse? We have the Three of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Devil reverse. At least the Devil's reverse. So maybe we're trying to come out of our codependent ways or codependent kind of relationship. And codependence can take any kind of thing. Food addictions, drugs, alcohol, gambling, sex addictions, addicted to people, again, toxic relationships. You could have, again, negative self-talk, just staying in that repeated cycle of the woe-is and the victim mentality and the lack mentality and not doing yourself justice by stepping into your own power. This is the devil's a liar, as they say. So don't believe the story. Don't believe anything the negative about, again, who you can become and what you can achieve. Because in the upright, the Empress, she's it. She has the potential to have growth and expansion within herself and everything that she touches. She's the Earth Mother, the feminine principle. But in the reverse, it's like somebody that's just not feeling it. I'm not feeling that they are this. Or feeling that they can manifest something with someone who represents this to them. Again, it depends on what's going on here. So again, Three of Pentacles talks about, again, collaborating, same as over here. That's why I said, I don't know if a lot of things are kind of connected here. Valuing, again, the opinions of others, equal contributors, people that are on the same page. Again, threes, initial completion of a goal or a plan. It's encouragement to don't allow disillusionment to dampen your enthusiasm. Ultimately, you will experience prosperity and success in your goals. Dreams made real with effort and determination and persistence, or feeling like we need some help, especially if we're still a little codependent. Finances, again, might be a problem if you're one of the masculines who fall on this here. Again, teamwork, planning, management, organization. We're needing a detailed plan on how to turn this upright. How can I have growth and expansion and progress in my life and happiness and everything, right? So again, if we're not feeling it, we're trying to get out of it here. There's a need to build upon our Empress energy. And again, male, female, doesn't matter. Or again, we might be looking to do that with someone else. But currently this is the situation here. Wheel of Fortune, again, speaks about karma, cycles, much like the Death card here. movement, change, wisdom, pivotal points. Again, we got Jupiter is involved in here, and it's not what's moving through now. So this is about things can work in your favor if we make the right choices, if we show up for ourselves, right? If we're careful about who we align ourselves with that can have growth potential, right? Because the Jupiter is going to come around and bring the blessings, right? Saturn is more the heavier karma, or the wanting to stay in the past, stay in the way things are, even if the way things are aren't quite working for us, right? But Jupiter brings in that growth and that expansion. So that's why this is the time for really analysis, but not paralysis, you know, and keeping hope, and doing what you can for yourself to manifest here, because Jupiter can bring you the blessings. The lesson of the wheel is the acceptance of the fact that there is good times and bad times. So again, understanding the cycles, reasons, seasons, lifetimes, people, you know, reason, season, lifetime people. Now, again, knowing the bad times provide perspective that's needed in order to realize how blessed you are in the good times. So again, focusing on the lesson, but not being bound by it, right? And understand that you can have the ability to manifest and have growth in your life and become the empress in your own right. Again, male, female, doesn't matter, even though this is generally, the emperor is the male counterpart, but if it resonates, it resonates, right? I don't focus too much on the genders. So again, don't sit still, but be active in co-creating your life. Look for ways to face and conquer adversity. External factors influencing matters that are out of your control. Again, karma and the universe. So that might be playing a role in your current state of mind or state of being, but whatever, there's a lesson in it, and maybe getting that clarity will propel you into the next stage here. Which I think this is the case because the devil reversed. So there's a knowing that we need to release something in order to change things around for the better, in order to get on the same page with people, or to work on, again, our goals. Now, again, if you struggle against the wheel, it won't work for you. I need to go with the flow. That's why they have this here. I need to release. Try to have optimism and faith. And the devil reverse, again, detachment, breaking free, reclaiming one's power. This is what we need to do, because in the reverse, we're not feeling very empowered. Feeling trapped in unhealthy codependent relationship, and a growing awareness of it. So again, some people are starting to learn or to recognize their own role in things. How did I get here? And especially if it seems to be a repeating pattern. But again, it's not about sitting in the shoulda, woulda, couldas, or the wouldas, or the past, because you can't change it. But it's important to acknowledge it, learn from it, apply it from this point forward. Right? The awareness is the beginning. Acceptance is another phase in releasing. But awareness is the beginning of opportunity. Because again, once you know better, you do better, right? Freeing yourself from unhealthy habits, a need for positive change in one's life, detachment, live in true freedom. Don't be defined or dictated by another. Again, don't have low self-worth and relying on someone else to validate you so you feel like that you're this. Don't give away your power to someone else. Or again, you're feeling like you can't manifest the growth because you're having low self-esteem, wanting things to turn around. wanting to come together with people that can help you build. Like, again, everybody's kind of in this wanting change, knowing that change is going to happen. But again, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So, I don't know if should we do what message you have for Pisces for the next 2 weeks? What message you have for Pisces? Home. Trust and follow my divine guidance about my home. What advice do you have for Cancer? Mercy. Lord of mercy. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. So this is again about that needing to see other people's perspectives. Remember we spoke about this? Everybody's role and kind of having that heart expansion, that empathy, for yourself and other people, and make sure that we handle whatever we got to handle with care, self-care, compassion. What advice here for Scorpio? Grace. I'm filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of God's other creations. So this is about handling it all with grace. Now, how about this? One more for Pisces for the next 2 weeks. You are safe. Archangel Michael, I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. So you didn't mention about home here. So, knowledge, wisdom, highest and best. Follow that. Follow what your intuition's telling you. Follow what your guidance is telling you. Watch how people show up. Know what is, again, right for you, what feels right. Etc., etc. Advice for Cancer, please. Clear cognizance. Pay attention to the thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. And for Scorpio, please. Remember who you are. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. Remember I told you it's like needing to remember who you are. The Empress. Again, male, female, it doesn't matter. Get out of this, whatever's holding you back here. And for everybody, it's living and learning, applying, and believing in yourself. And do better for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And on that note, my lovelies, I send you love and light. I wish you healing and luck in regards to this and anything else. And again, please like, subscribe, share, leave comments, hit the notification bell. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. But I hope this helps you over the next couple of weeks. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.